And we are live. Hello and welcome. I am your host, Anarchimedes. You are tuned into the 117th episode of the Anarchimedes Show, and it is April 29th, 2025 at 5:06 in the morning here in the land of the burning sun. And we have something different, a little bit different. We'll hopefully do more of these and other stuff like this in the future. But we have part of our computer build series where we need to install this Sound Blaster Live 5.0. 5.0. 5.1. Sound Blaster Live 5.1. 5.0, 5.1. I got it right in the description, in the title. Sound Blaster Live 5.1 into that Hewlett-Packard Pavilion 750N. That is a Windows XP machine, not a great Windows XP machine. Could have been better, but a decent Windows XP machine. It has a 1.6 gigahertz Pentium 4 processor in it, with basically a TNT2 graphics card from NVIDIA. Now, I need to build a Windows 98 machine. I already got one. I need one for reasons. And this one I found on eBay for a fairly good deal. I've owned a number of Pavilions. I'm a little familiar with them. They're not the greatest upgradable. I would recommend, a custom built machine, but then trying to upgrade. But this one just happened to fit all the right specs for a really nice Windows 98 machine, which is what was needed. So got everything working, got the drivers downloaded for the graphics card, but the built-in sound chip is some oddball thing that you cannot find the drivers for, or get them to work at least. So the answer, turn to the great recommendations from Phil at Phil's Computer Lab for the Sound Blaster Live 5.1. We have the Sound Blaster Audigy 2ZS drivers downloaded to install, to drive this, and hopefully we can get some sound working on that computer. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode today. I do have somewhere to be at 6:30 in an hour and a half. But we'll see if we can get this installed, see if we can get some sound going on there, and if we can, we'll see what we can install game-wise and play a little bit of that. So we are going to be switching over to the overhead cam over there for the build. And look at the crazy view of the top of that case. So here we go. We need to open this sucker up, pop in this graphics card, not a graphics card, sound card. Ooh, getting ahead of myself here. Let's see. I am the right way. I want to be this way. So off cam, when I first got this, which you guys haven't seen, as I refreshed it, repasted it, and blew out the cooler, which was caked with dust, as well as all the fans and this duct work for the cooler. Everything was just nasty dusty. This PC came sans a hard drive. Everything else was complete. I think it was 512 megabytes of RAM. Like I said, the 1.6 gigahertz Pentium 4, the TNT2, and a modem. No, FireWire. Right. IE 1394 ports. So we're going to use those. Yeah, plugged into the USB port. We could find a better use for that USB port, I think, than 1394s, and a modem, which we don't need either. So we may pull one of those out now. The only thing is, I believe I might have to look up the specs. Sound, we might not be able to get, we should have sound coming off of the CD-ROM drive, but maybe we don't. Uh-oh. Well, we'll still see if we can get some sound. I may have to get a cable to run audio to be able to play CD audio. We'll see. We will see. Okay. Let us remove this 1394. We don't need that. In fact, I thought this had a cable for the CD audio, but I'm looking at the port for the CD audio in for the motherboard, and there is no cable in there. So I will need eventually to get a cable for that. A CD audio in cable. CD audio cable. Okay. One more thing for this. I thought I was going to, I was hoping this would be the final touch. This would be done, but I did not pay attention to whether it had the cable in it or not. Anyway, screwdriver. We're going to remove this 1394. We don't need it. We don't want it. Like I said, I could think of better uses for this USB hub port on the motherboard. Oh, wait. No, wait. That needs to stay in there because that also goes to the USB ports on the front. Pay attention, Archimedes, to what you're doing. We just want to remove this. We don't need that plugged in. Trying to do this sitting down. I'm standing up. Plus, you guys don't want to look at the top of my head while I'm working. There we go. We do not need this anymore. Instead, the Sound Blaster Live 5.1. This thing is a little bent up, but I got this yesterday. It says it was tested to work and working. We will see. We will see. There we go. Let's button her up. Just so we don't have this cover kicking around underfoot. And now, let's hook up this machine to the to all its peripherals and a capture device. And see, let's see, I'm going to have to unplug something. I'm going to have to unplug the overhead cam light, the overhead light, to plug in everything. And I still won't be able to plug in everything. I'm a little short on my power strip. I didn't think this through before starting the stream. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We can figure this out. Okay, and now this, we need our keyboard for one. Turn that way until we get everything hooked up. Let's get the monitor up in place. So, needing to put together this Windows 98 machine and wanting to save as much money as possible, found this Pavilion on eBay. Got it for about 130. We'll go over our pricing here. Found a deal on found a couple of these HP 1280 by 1024 monitors, two of them, $10 a piece at the local thrift store. A few things purchased new because no one wants to use a used mouse or keyboard. But all in all, going to be in this thing around at approximately just over $300. And that's everything. Everything. Speakers. Let's see. Let's get some power cords going here. And that's the hard part, is if I have to unplug the light. We'll wait till the very last to unplug the light, if that's what it comes down to. I think this thing likes to fire up too as soon as I plug it in. So before we do that, let's hook up video. have a okay, we have power. Now I need a video cable. And my splitter. Okay. Video in. And we plug one, and we have end up, because we have to go and tie everything into the video capture, we end up with a mess of cables. So don't yell at me about cable management. I'm doing this on the fly. Cable management and Archimedes. Cable management. Ah. And this we plug into our HDMI converter to take the signal over to the video capture. Now we just have to hook up a sound cable. So we'll go into the sound blaster, the line out. We have one that goes here. And we need speakers now. This is where it gets interesting because I'm running out of power outlets. You know what? These are not. These are not USB. I thought, shoot, well, we could use some USB powered speakers, but I don't have any of those. Since I do have a USB power strip. That's okay. That's okay. I think I can reach over and get power from the other outlet. An unused port. Yes, we can make this work. We can make this work. Maybe. That port might be dead. That could be a problem. Uh-oh, these speakers might not work. might have a problem there. So I do have another set of speakers we'll try out. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put that speaker on the other side like it's supposed to be. This cable. Neil Wolf. Welcome to the show. I have been trying to look at chat, but I'm a little up and about hooking this up. We'll get this sound blaster going. I forgot to light the dragons. We'll do that right now. I'm a little distracted. Just want to get this thing going. And I'm a little under the gun time-wise. A little bit crunched for time. Like I said, I have someplace to be at 6:30. Nothing overly important, but just someplace to be. Get the dragons going. Get Scully lit. But we want to get this thing fired up. Plugging in these speakers. Okay, those work. That works. Installing this sound card. We are ready to kill our light, our overhead light here. And fire up this computer. I can't see what's happening. All right, let's see if we can switch over. It says we have no signal. Why would you say we have no signal? Oh. I'm getting, maybe it just doesn't like. We got no signal. Why do we have no signal? Oh, we're looking for drivers. Let's put in our Sound Blaster AUG 2ZS driver disc. I don't know what disc I had in there. I'll take that one out. We downloaded from Phil's Computer Lab. I should have put Phil's Computer Lab's link in the description. System error from drive D. Oh, and it thinks I'm, oh, we're on board. We still have no picture. We're getting no picture. Why are we getting no picture? Let's try. No. Hey, Neo Wolf. Welcome to the show. It's a little all over the place as I'm trying to get things working here. Why am I getting no picture? And why is Windows? Let's go ahead and shut down, reboot. Let's see if we can't get something going here. That's hooked up. That's hooked up to power. We have power to it. Everything's plugged in how it should be. Firing it back up. Oh, let's go ahead and just see what happens if we try to go through the wizard here. Say we have the disk. Not that disk. Let's try going to the E drive. How about the D drive? Okay, it doesn't like. All right, we're just going to try and cancel out of the wizard here. Let's just cancel that, get into Windows 98 so we can launch, we can install the drivers and then reboot and see if we can't get this working and try and figure out why when I switch over, I'm getting no signal at all. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. Salvage what we can of the stream. Well, there's nothing but chaos this morning. Nothing but chaos. Okay. First, we run the setup from here. Now we run DX setup. We just follow the instructions that Phil has laid out. DirectX. Install DirectX 9. So, took this computer, didn't have a hard drive, installed an SSD using a StarTech SATA to IDE converter and partitioned it down to a 120 gig drive and installed a light version of Windows 98 on here. And we'll see how it responds to getting these drivers installed for the sound card, and then how it responds to some games. Okay, we're rebooting. Don't know why my converter is not converting. Let's try a different power port. The VXD drivers. I don't know if I should have overridden the existing drivers or not. Why aren't you working? No signal. It's like I'm unplugged or something. That can't be right. Oh, now I've done it. I've unplugged it and I can't plug it back in. Now we'll definitely not have it. Thanks for joining us for a while, Neo Wolf. Go feed your dogs. They definitely deserve someone's attention more than I do right now. Let's see. That's okay. My dogs so far have been pretty good this morning. We'll switch back over to the overhead so you can see a little bit of what might be going on here. Try and angle that, get that down. Updating the drivers in progress. This may take a few minutes. It shouldn't take very long on SSD. Yeah, I think we locked up, I think. Okay. We're on to step 4, if we can get this thing to reboot. Restart, please. End the task. Reboot. Okay, it didn't bug me about the sound, the... It didn't bug me about the hardware, detecting the hardware, so let's just continue on the setup. Run this setup for the diagnostics. Surround mixer, okay. And run setup for DOS. Yes, let's restart the computer now. I'm still not getting any sound. This is a little concerning. I should be hearing the Windows 98 startup noises. The chimes and dings. And let's go check our drivers. Let's just check out. We may have to rerun that one. Do the control panel. Well, first let's check our sounds. Yeah, we're not getting it. We're just not hearing it. Sure. Do the recommended. It's trying to add new hardware and see if it can detect, because it stopped saying it wasn't detecting new hardware, so I assumed that the drivers worked. It's installed, but I'm not getting any sound. Getting nothing. Or I can always reinstall Windows 98 again now that the sound card's installed and see if the drivers are picked up. I still have a few minutes I can dink around with this before I have to go. Don't know why, but did not find any new hardware. Let's do this. Sure, we'll restart. I don't know if this will work. Maybe my volumes are just turned down. No, you notice I have nothing showing up. I have nothing showing up down in the taskbar for processes running that shows a volume, a sound. I don't remember from Windows 98. I have one. I have to check my other computer. But let's go ahead and sounds. No, not which is. There we go. The device manager. Okay, we're detecting again to see if we had one alarm, one error with one of the sound drivers. Or we go back and we try to reinstall the drivers again. Come on, waiting for it to finish. Waiting for it to finish. It did not find any new devices. Okay. Okay, let's try removing it. No. Okay, we still have. I wonder if I need to go into the BIOS and disable the onboard sound. Let's try restarting. And let me get into the BIOS that way. Okay, we had seemed like we needed to turn that on. Yeah, we don't need communications, accessories, but we want multimedia on. Okay, let's apply that. Updating system. I hope this does it. Get some sound going, at least before the have to end the stream. Maybe. Still not getting any sound. I wonder if it is because I put it in as Windows Lite, or it won't have anything. Okay, let's try rebooting one more time. Learning a little bit about Windows 98 Lite. Still no sound. Mixer driver, sound font, mixer settings checked, failed. Begin the fix. That didn't do anything. See if we can get in. Mashing F1. Oh, nope. Well, we got in. All right, let's check and see if there is advanced plug and play OS. Yes. Onboard LAN. Let's see. Boot, exit. IDE adapter. Onboard LAN, cached. Let's see. That's not going to give me anything I need. We do not have sound. I think it's an issue with the Windows 98 Lite. Like, features are just turned off. So I may have to go back and reinstall full Windows. Let's check our volumes. Nothing's muted. We have our volume. Why can't I hear any sound? Let's see. No, I think we're going to be... I think we might just be out of luck today. Something for me to mess with more later. But it seems as though we struck out today. Had problems with some chaos, which appreciate Neo Wolf's comments. Enjoy a little chaos every once in a while. Things are a little out of order. Couldn't get the screen capture to work, and couldn't get the sound to kick in. I'm gonna try wiping and reinstalling, trying some stuff out. But stay tuned. There will be another stream at 9 o'clock. Probably not more of this. I will probably save this for off cam. We'll do some other builds and other things like that. I have a lot of stuff in store. Some Windows XP, some Windows 98 builds, and some Windows 7 builds. In any case, so stay tuned. We'll probably be doing some video game reviews at 9 o'clock at the 9 o'clock hour in about 3 hours. Stay tuned for that. Until that time, I am Archimedes signing off.